Well guys, Donkey Kong Bonanza is out in just 2 days, but after the game comes out, Nintendo's slate is pretty empty. There's games coming out, but no release dates, hardly any gameplay trailers for some of those games. Yeah, Nintendo is once again going to be in the dark, literally in just a couple of days. But there is hope because finally the right one spoke about a Nintendo Direct coming soon, because we've been hearing lots of rumors from people that think they have sources and that people that think that they're correct about these things, and they are almost always wrong. But of course there's one person that we can always trust, and that's Nin10doland, who says that a Nintendo Direct is in fact coming this month. Well, I have the exact information that he said on his recent podcast, and I will be touching on that here in a second. But first, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Nintendo. We are super close to 370,000 subscribers. We're trying to reach 400,000 by the end of the year, but you can make that happen, so please, it helps out way more than you think. Leave a like and subscribe on today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and let's dive into this Nintendo Direct rumor. Well, pretty much what I'm going to call a confirmation. So Nin10doland has come out on his recent podcast and stated that there is in fact a Nintendo Direct coming this month. Now, he's kept pretty quiet through the last couple of months. When everybody's been begging him online to give information, he would not budge because he only gives information once he can confirm for sure that his source is correct on something. And he's been spot on with like a 100% track record this year. He's pretty much known everything about the Switch 2, when the Directs were coming, and even when the Switch 2 reveal was going to take place. He's been on it, so I 100% believe him, and this is exactly what he stated. He has heard that there is going to be a Nintendo Direct this month. Now, he also notes that it will not be airing until after Donkey Kong, so a lot of people are thinking it's going to be the final week of July. Not next week, because next week has a Pokemon Presents already slated. However, the Pokemon Presents is slated for July 22nd, which is on a Tuesday. We know Nintendo Directs are always on a Wednesday and a Thursday for the most part, so there's a good chance that Nintendo could still have their Nintendo Direct that week, but something about that last week of July, right before their next investors meeting, just makes a lot of sense to me. So I'm putting my odds on either the 29th, the 30th, or the 31st of July. Once again, these are just my predictions, but yes, it does look like we are indeed in store for a Nintendo Direct. Now, something else that he did mention, so keep in mind that he doesn't know what form it's going to take right now. He did state that he thinks, or at least wants it to be, a general Direct, but it very well could be a partner showcase, since we haven't had a lot of third-party games announced for the Nintendo Switch 2 in a while, and developers have been kind of quiet with that since then, so this could be a partner showcase, and let you know right now, that would be pretty strange in my opinion. I'm going as far as saying I don't think there's a possible chance that this is going to be a partner showcase. This is the first year of Switch 2, their shiny brand new console, and 2 of their biggest games have already released at this time, being Mario Kart World and Donkey Kong Bonanza. With nothing else slated for the holiday season, which is one of the biggest time periods ever for them, is that first holiday season in particular. They need to announce some stuff, and there's no way they could just show up with a partner showcase and announce everything else on the NSO app or even on Twitter. They could, I mean, it's Nintendo, but man, I feel like that's just such a huge missed opportunity and such a horrible marketing decision to do something like that. So no, I'm saying it's going to be a general Direct because it just kind of has to. There's so much stuff for Nintendo to talk about. Fans are literally losing their minds right now over Metroid Prime 4 because it's once again right back in the dark with this game. We are halfway through July and we still do not have a release date for this game, and it's still planned to come this year unless there's a delay involved, which I really hope not. But yeah, Nintendo needs to talk about this thing more, show more gameplay, and give us a release date. I mean, with this show airing so late in July possibly, I feel like there might not be any more surprises for the rest of this year. Maybe there's still one more that Nintendo's hiding, but I almost kind of doubt it at this point. I think everything that we know so far is what's coming for the rest of this year. So that's kind of unfortunate that there's no other big holiday game, but at the same time, there are a couple of games in my opinion that could fit that bill. And I do think Metroid Prime 4 is one of them, even though for a lot of people it might not be, considering the fact that it's a Switch 1 and Switch 2 game. Having your big Switch 2 holiday game be a cross-platform game might not be the smartest thing for Nintendo and their holiday console sales, but still, I think Metroid Prime 4 could definitely fill that bill, even though I personally don't think that's what's going to happen. I think it's actually going to come before that big holiday season, around that August time frame, which is just strange that Nintendo is going to come out and say, hey, Metroid Prime 4 is coming out in a month and a half or 2 months. So honestly, I don't know. It's just such a weird time for Nintendo still, and they could do whatever, but I hope this game actually isn't the holiday game and just a big game that's coming around the holiday time. I once again have to touch on Hyrule Warriors because we've gotten nothing but a quick gameplay clip and still no release date. I think it might be way later in the year, almost November, December timeframe, but still they need to show us this thing and show us, what's so good about it, what's the characters going to play like, and what makes it so different than Age of Calamity. Sakurai also just let us know that he's hard at work with Kirby Air Riders, and I feel like this game might be at the very tail end of this year like he did with Smash Ultimate, where it's like a December released game, which would be actually pretty cool, giving it enough space in between Mario Kart. I think that'd be perfectly fine. So that might be a whiles away, but we still need a new, really the first official trailer for this game, showing the gameplay, showing what this game is going to be like, and also giving us a release date. I'm also starting to believe that Splatoon Raiders kind of has to be the holiday game, because outside of that and Metroid Prime, I don't know what else could fit the bill. I mean, yes, there is a Pokemon game coming with Pokemon Legends ZA, but normally there's always another first-party Nintendo game that goes alongside a Pokemon release. It's never just a Pokemon game for the holiday title. So I'm starting to feel like this big single-player Splatoon adventure of Splatoon Raiders could very well be our holiday game. I actually really do believe this is the case, because for Nintendo to just randomly drop a trailer for this game last month out of nowhere online, and there just be no other information about it, like it wasn't during a direct or anything, makes me kind of believe that they just wanted to get it out, to get people looking forward to it, and then they're going to have a big trailer in this next upcoming direct, so that way it does have its kind of reveal to release time window still, because they revealed it in June like they normally would, and then that way the game can launch as a holiday title in September or October like it normally would. So I feel like that's kind of the game plan Nintendo was going with. So we're about to get like a big trailer for this game in the next direct or something, but that's what I'm hoping for the holiday game, unless there's another surprise that Nintendo is not telling us about. But yeah, they need to talk about that game for sure. But I guess I'm also kind of in this mindset that Nintendo is going to have some type of Nintendo Direct in September that's focused on Mario, because it is Mario's 40th anniversary. I do think they're going to have some type of big Mario celebration direct, maybe where they finally announce that 3D Mario or something, or maybe it's in this direct, who knows. But I feel like we're right around that corner for that 3D Mario. We have to be, right? But yeah, I feel like there could be some type of big Mario Direct, regardless of 3D Mario or not, later this year. So maybe that's why they pushed this direct back, to kind of help that gap out, since they know they're not going to have a general direct in September. Instead, it's going to be a Mario one. They maybe wanted to push this back towards the end of July, almost early August, to have that direct, that fall direct, just a little bit earlier this year, and then giving them time to have that Mario direct at the end of this year, and then they can get back on their normal schedule with a February direct in 2026. So I'm hoping that's the case, and it's starting to line up that way. But yes, Nate the Hate is a very reliable source right now. I'd say pretty much 100% this year, but even with that said, still take everything with a grain of salt. I think at least past this one, if he gets this one right, I'm just going to automatically 100% without a doubt believe everything that he's saying is 100% truth, because he's been pretty spot on. So I'm full on expecting a Nintendo Direct this month. It still just makes sense. Naturally, there's no possible way they can skip a Nintendo Direct this summer. So yeah, they're doing it later than normal, but it's definitely something that they have done in the past before. So, it's Nintendo. They're weird now, and they're holding their cards to their chest a lot closer now, where they're not revealing things until like the last second. They're keeping us waiting, which I don't know how I feel about that. It kind of limits the amount of hype Nintendo can gain from some of these games, but I don't know. Let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Do you think this is true? Are we going to actually finally get a Nintendo Direct after Donkey Kong Bonanza launches? And if so, are you thinking next week or the last week like I'm thinking? And also let me know what you really want to see from this Nintendo Direct. Is there anything new? Just more information on something that you're really looking into? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe before you head out. And like always, hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you all on the next one. See you guys.